And I mean, imagine the size of the spider poops.
That's what the flies are for.
Ew. They say you
Let's
catch
see.
more flies with honey. I wonder if you catch even more flies with spider poop.
Huh. That sounds like a science question we need someone to put the answer to in the science and tech tab. Oh. Let's see. We'll put this in random things. That sounds like a good place for it.
This is going to be a very strange stand-up set.
Mm-hmm. Oh. There we go.
Okay, so random things.
Random things.
T-Rex costume with a Spider-Man.
That's the laughing.
Yes.
I forgot that's what he was dressed up as when I went to give him a hug.
Yes, that is great. Oh, wow. Okay, there's nothing else going on there. Okay.
Nope.
That's
all.
Wow. That is wonderful.
That's insane. They're going, okay, well, I gotta blur out people's faces because.
Right.
It's like, oh, wait a minute, we're talking about Spider-Man. I forgot that kid's dressed up that way.
Lockpick says, I haven't done stand-up in years. Well, no, you've been a truck driver. Most of your work's been done sitting down.
Yes.
I'm very sorry. I really am. That deserved the lack of response it got.
I'm actually sitting here with a magnifying glass. Granted, half the time when I'm in front of the computer, I am not wearing my glasses because it doesn't work, but still.
You know, all the time I'm sitting in front of the computer, I'm wearing my glasses. Because I can't see that close without them. Hello, friends! Welcome back to Saturday Evenings Posted Mostly presents General Chaos. I'm your host, Trevor Stewart 1308, and we are here with the ASOC Prod Cat. And Lockpick in and out of the chat because he is cleaning. I'm hoping he's cleaning in a maid's outfit, but we haven't gotten any pictures yet, so hopefully he'll wear that again for No Pants Raid Train tomorrow.
Would it be too much to hope for, roller skates too? Because I always thought that looked kind of cute.
Ooh. I could picture Lockpick on roller skates in a sexy maid's outfit. I can picture this. Well, moving on. And of course, Lockpick, you are welcome to join us in the voice chat, the general voice chat, if you're around for it, to defend yourself against my lascivious advances. Defend your honor against my lascivious advances.
Now we're coming up with other improbable costumes to wear instead.
Ooh. Now I'm just going to be distracted this whole time trying to picture Lockpick in other costumes.
That's all right. I've got a couple of events that I'm supposed to be going to later this year that I'm seriously considering wearing my pterodactyl costume to.
You have a pterodactyl costume?
Yes, I do.
How come there aren't pics of this in the Discord?
Because the last time that I was in it and took pictures, I was not the one taking the pictures, so I don't have them. But I have a pterodactyl, I have a velociraptor, and I have a T-Rex costume.
Pics or it didn't happen. We need to see this. Your public needs to see these pictures.
I'll have to also. I know I've got pictures of me in the T-Rex costume because I bought it. I bought it for the first year that we had to try to do a quarantined Halloween event at school. And it was the best solution I had to, I want to give you a hug, but I can't get too close to you, so I'm just going to be in this inflated suit and do it.
Oh, so these are the inflatable, the big
Yes.
poofy, oh yes, this is even more fun. Oh.
So somewhere there's a picture of me as a T-Rex bending down to give a kid a hug, and it basically looks like the T-Rex is just devouring this child in front of the parents.
Oh, we need this picture. Okay, what else we need to do? The other thing we need to do now that I am aware of what we are working with, we need to make a small cardboard cutout city skyline city thing. And you and me and the peanut gallery need to get in these costumes and battle it out. Kaiju style! Yes, I see kaiju battles in our future.
If we did that, we could use pool noodles to show, the laser fire breath.
We could do that.
It's about the same color, Jane. You got the bright blue,
Or
the bright
we
red,
could
and the
use, or we could use fog machine and laser pointers.
That works too. But if you use the fog machine, it's got to be someplace that doesn't have smoke alarms.
We can figure something. Well, I figure we'd be doing this in Nikwork Studios out here.
That works.
Because, I can't imagine you guys having neighbors that would be okay with kaiju battles.
I mean, not where I am right here, but I have other places where, kaiju battles are.
That is true.
Sort of happen anyway.
That is very true. You do have, you have access to some very good kaiju battleground.
Oh.
Huh. That's
That's a thought.
Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment about if you want to see us battle as kaiju. If you are in for the kaiju battle videos.
At least going in, I know how tall both of you are, so I know I'm going to automatically be the pterodactyl. Because out of the three costumes, it is the shortest one.
That's fair. Lockpick says yes, 100%.
And now I'm picturing Lockpick trying to clean the house as a pterodactyl on roller skates, and that is just so funny.
In a maid outfit.
Ooh, yes.
That just
is awesome.
Oh.
I'll have to look and see if there's any pictures from this previous Halloween, because I forget which one I dressed up as, but I stood out in the yard at school and pretended to be a blow-up yard statue.
Oh, that must have been fun.
And
Oh.
I stood there and I just kind of blew with the wind, and then the kids would come up and they did what kids do, which is they went up to go whack the yard statue, and then the yard statue said, "Good morning."
Boo.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Lockpick says, wait, that's now how I'm supposed to clean house? Correction, not.
Well, I mean,
I disagree. There is no correction needed, Lockpick. That is now how you're supposed to clean house. It's headcanon. It's headcanon now.
You could trade in the roller skates for inline skates, I suppose. Make it easier on yourself.
I mean, we could go 90s with it. Lockpick says, I'm already doing that, though. WTF are you guys wearing while cleaning? I don't know. Because when I clean, I get so high that I don't remember cleaning. And turn around and look at a clean space and go, oh my gosh, I was just visited by the cleaning fairies.
Yeah, yes.
So I'm probably dressed as Tinkerbell when I'm cleaning.
That works. That works. Usually kind of look like a wicked witch.
See, I would, but I'm trying not to play into stereotypes about wicked witches being Jewish.
That's okay. You don't have to. I'm perfectly fine being the wicked witch. I mean, I get accused of that every day. You're mean. You don't love me. I don't love you. Good. My job is to keep you safe. Now come back here so I can eat your child.
Lockpick says, okay, now that needs to be live streamed. Cat is a wicked witch, me is Tinkerbell, or all of the above.
Probably all of the above.
Yes. Lockpick says, hell, both. I don't have any green mini skirts or mini dresses, really. But I do have a red one, and if you need to see it, Lockpick, at some point, we will see if we can get in touch with Dorothy Knight and see if we can get her to come on stream.
I'm going to make the point that just because Tinkerbell was dressed in green does not mean all of her group of fairies are in green. She has an entire flotilla of fairies that are in different colors.
Lockpick says...
So you can very literally be dressed in red and still be like Tinkerbell.
True. Lockpick says, okay, hear me out. Red Devil Tinkerbell house cleaning stream.
Oh god, that sounds like a very twisted version of the Fly Lady program.
I mean, it would definitely have to be, not to YouTube video. Like, that has a whole other spot on the internet to go.
Yes, it does.
I think we can get away with doing this without violating Twitch terms of service.
Well, I mean, you're doing a tutorial on how to clean the toaster oven, right?
I don't know. I think I'm just cleaning. I think that's what Lockpick just wants to see. YouTube would allow it depending on exactly how many this skirt is. It's long enough, I think. As long as I bend at the knees, I can protect my modesty.
And no stretching too high.
No, actually, I think I can get away with stretching up high because I think it won't ride up in the back quite far enough.
Well, that's good.
I think.
That's a good excuse to put on heels and dust all the stuff on the roof.
Now, this is the mini dress, not the plaid mini skirt that the plaid mini kilt that is there is no TOS, there are no TOS that allow that other than, you know, a few sites that are
not Twitch.
Not Twitch, yeah. I mean, Lockpick says, ooh, you'd get a huge following of Catholic high school kids crying if you wore a plaid skirt. I really would. So there is, and I can't remember the name of this chain, but there is this chain restaurant that is kind of like Hooters with Catholic schoolgirls instead. And this is where this mini kilt comes from. I don't know how I ended up with one. Actually, no, I know exactly how I ended up with one. I know where I bought it.
I am so glad that I didn't hear of this when Mom was alive. She'd have made me take her there.
Ike's Underground. Oh, you mean the
chain?
Oh yeah. Woo! Lockpick says that's so wrong and so right on so many levels.
Yep.
I have 2 plaid kilts somewhere around here.
Yes, but those are kilts. They're not mini kilts. There's a difference.
Well,
mini kilts.
They might be mini kilts. We don't know. We haven't seen pics, or it didn't happen. Oh man, I need to get Marina to add that NSW channel, NSFW channel to the Discord, because that's where this is going. That's where this is headed. No, they are mini kilts from my sister's old high school uniform. Oh. Oh no.
Does the sister know that you have them? Because that sounds like something my brother would do, is this was yours, it's now mine, and wait for you to discover that you don't have it anymore.
I'm not getting involved with that one. She passed, so I'm guessing no. Okay.
Well, no, I'd say probably she does know.
I'm gonna, I should probably clarify that to make this less fetish sounding. Yeah. Because right now, this is very much Bates Motel realm. We're starting to get into Bates Motel.
All right, see, now your brain went a completely different direction than mine on that one.
My mind is never too far off of horror movies. We live in
That's
Appalachia. Fair. We live in Appalachia, man. You gotta keep the horror movies in mind. Here's a quick Appalachian quiz for you. You're out camping in the woods, and you think you hear a baby crying. What do? There is a correct answer. I mean,
you leave. That is what you do.
That's an acceptable answer. The correct answer is nothing because you didn't hear it. That wasn't anything. That was nothing. That was what? That was the wind. I didn't hear that.
You do not walk outside and say, "Here, kitty, kitty." That is what you do not do.
You don't whistle.
No.
What?
Definitely not.
No, what you don't do is whistle, because then you get a not deer. Yeah, there are coyotes around here, and they can be mistaken for not deer, but there are also not deer around here.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing you want to do is see one. I have a feeling that I have sensed them in the peripheries of my vision occasionally. But no, I haven't, because that wasn't a not deer. I didn't see anything. Baby crying? Nope, I did not hear that.
This is very true. We hear nothing, we see nothing, we run the other way.
Exactly. So, before we got sidetracked by flirting with lockpick, we were gonna consider this building this stand-up bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the bit as it's written currently. And we'll see how that plays. So, I saw something that just made me wonder, who's gonna use that? Why does that exist? I saw an electrical outlet plug in a skylight in a vaulted ceiling. And it made me think, I mean, I know there's a reason for this. There's gotta be some, like, electrical code, Virginia electrical code reason. But if it's not there for code, then who is gonna use it? Wait, who are tall celebrities? Who's famous now that's tall? And then I started Googling tall celebrities. Would people get Conan O'Brien on Brad Garrett's shoulders? Did people remember Brad Garrett? And this led me to find out that Will Smith and Jay-Z are the exact same height. And that's when you realize that it's last call at the hash bar, and so I finished typing and put my phone away, and when I pull my phone back out and I Google to work on the joke, and I Google tall sports stars this time, I find out that Yao Ming is shorter than Manute Bol. But there's a player that tips in even taller than both of them, and at 8 foot even. And I realized that while not particularly short, anything over 5'7" looks tall to me. I mean, that's tall enough to change light bulbs without stretching. Being that tall would make it really easy to clean ceilings and skylights. I mean, I usually have to strap on suction cups and scale the walls like a Spider-Man, but I'm willing to bet most people use ladders at that height. I bet you an electric ladder would come in handy to do that. I wonder where you'd plug it in. In the skylight.
I'm now picturing you suction cupped to the wall and trying to skitter up there to plug in your ladder because the plug fell out.
You know, push one button and go up, and then another one, and you go to the ground quickly without using the gravitational method.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if it's for Spider-Man's reading lamp. Ooh.
Ooh. That's a good one.
Spider-Man's reading lamp. Although now, I'm picturing a reading lamp that's just stuck to the ceiling. Thwip. Click.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm picturing too.
Spider-Man's reading lamp. Does he leave it on to catch extra flies? Catch the moths at night so he has a midnight snack?
Does it have a zapper bulb in it so that they fall into the shade and he's got a snack dish? The train of implausible ideas that we have now gone to.
Now I'm gonna install a skylight with a plug so I can hopefully attract a Spider-Man.
I mean, there are worse plans.
Huh. Plug in a Gwen Stacy nightlight. Unfortunately, it's gonna die eventually.
That is terribly accurate.
Having a Spider-Man living on your ceiling is absolutely a conversation starter. It is.
Yep. Oh, this is going to be even better. Let's see. Let me edit this.
Uh-oh. I mean, although, would you have to be careful about where you swept so you didn't knock down too many of his cobwebs?
Probably.
Yeah. And I mean, imagine the size of the spider poops.
That's what the flies are for.
Ew. They say you catch more flies with honey. I wonder if you catch even more flies with spider poop.
Huh. That sounds like a science question we need someone to put the answer to in the science and tech tab. Oh. Let's see. We'll put this in random things. That sounds like a good place for it.
This is going to be a very strange stand-up set.
Mm-hmm. Oh. There we go.
Okay, so random things?
Random things.
T-Rex costume with a Spider-Man.
That's the laughing. I
Yes.
forgot that's what he was dressed up as when I went to give him a hug.
Yes, that is great. Oh, wow. Okay, there's nothing else going on there. Okay.
Nope,
That is,
that's all.
wow. That is
As I'm
wonderful.
that's insane. They're going, okay, well, I gotta blur out people's faces because
Right. Right.
it's like, oh, wait a minute, we're talking about Spider-Man. I forgot that kid's dressed up that way.
Uh, Lockpick says, I haven't done stand-up in years. Well, no, you've been a truck driver. Most of your work's been done sitting down.
Yes.
I'm very sorry. I really am. That deserved the lack of response it got.
Well, he hasn't had time to type yet.
Now he has, and he just laughed out loud.
Yep.
So you used to do stand-up. I mean, I used to do stand-up too. The less said, the better, I think. But I'm gonna do it again. They used to have an open mic night at a comedy club downtown, Lockpick says. How long did you do stand-up for? How long were you, oof. I mean, we used to do a sort of a rotating open mic night, several places in the local area. 2 to 3 years through college. Nice. I made it about, it was like maybe 3 or 4 times a year. See, we used to do it every week or so. We had an open mic night somewhere. And I did it for about 2 years, 2.5 years. And I would come up with a new set every other week or so. It was exhausting and fun. And then one day, I had realized that I was working so hard to generate new material that I'd just written a 45-minute bit about poop. And I was like, you know what? I need to take a break. Lockpick says, I went every single week, but there were too many people, so you didn't get it every time. We did not have that problem. There were not a lot of people who were willing to try. But we're also a small area.
True.
We had the same group of, I'd say, a dozen or so, maybe up to 10, who would rotate in and out doing comedy. And it was a pretty good mix all the way around. Yeah. I don't want to name drop, but I'm gonna anyway. Winston Hodges, who people may know over there on YouTube. He was one of our. He worked with us for a while, grinding out in his early days, and it was a lot of fun. He was a lot of fun. his comedy has grown a lot. Lockpick says, I used to love it when someone would get chatty and I could just do 5 minutes of crowd interaction. You know, that is a lot of fun. And it takes a certain sharpness of wit that you have, Lockpick. You're good in the moment at coming up with something really funny. It is it's a skill that I was working on developing. It doesn't, for me, that doesn't always land. I'm not always good at that. I'm really, I really just want to be almost vaudevillian, joke, stand-up punchline, one-liner kind of guy. Like, Lockpick says, our family has always had a whole back and forth thing going on, and that makes sense. So I basically grew up doing the in-the-moment kind of jokes. That makes a lot of sense, Lockpick. That really does. Your witty humor is very well developed. You also, to give you credit, you're also good at crafting a joke. You do have the ability to craft a very good joke. You're actually good at crafting jokes. So, and you're good at putting those two skills together. I mean, it does seem like stand-up would be something you're good at, Lockpick. Which is part of why your streams are so much fun. Lockpick says, I've thought about trying it out again. It's kind of like, it's one of those things of like, what do you have to lose? There's no real... Your humor isn't gonna get you canceled by anyone who you would not want to be canceled by. Lockpick, you do have very edgy humor, but it feels like, yeah, exactly, even a bad set gets forgotten quickly. Well, you'd like to say that, but I've had sets so bad. I've had a set so bad that it will never be forgotten by the other comics who were there. Oh, and I do have to apologize to Winston Hodges for that. And it's not the one that you're thinking of, Winston. It's not the one where I had the meltdown. No. Well, where you thought I had the meltdown. That was all carefully scripted. No, it was the last time I tried, and I insulted the crowd without giving them anything to work with, and realized how badly I'd insulted the crowd, and had to get off stage before I made it impossible for anyone to follow me.
Okay.
Lockpick says, it's possible to be edgy without demeaning people. It is. And I do think that you have the sensitivity to walk that line. As long as we're not talking about computers. We're going to move on from that, though. We're going to move on really quickly because that's a whole can of worms.
Bless it.
In the most politic manner, let me say, I do not disagree with Lockpick in his assertions. I do, however, feel that whatever people are comfortable with is what they're comfortable with.
Mm.
And Lockpick says we could talk about false advertising because it's the same conversation. And you're right, it is. But because all of the music work I do, I'm getting an encrypted and coded GarageBand files. I need to be careful not to badmouth Apple too much because they may start getting in the way of my work files coming from Nikwork Entertainment. But let me say, I will not be going to Apple for Hotfix says just wear a turtleneck and they'll forgive you.
I mean, you got the ponytail, you've got the glasses, you've got the scruff of the beard. The turtleneck is really all you're missing.
Yeah, but I was circumcised. Instant conversation ender.
Not saying any of them.
Lockpick comes back with the right answer. Sit in cold water and it will have the same effect.
Thank you, Lockpick.
This is chaos. This is why we have these episodes. No,
This is true.
Let's see. Moving right along. See, I'm just stuck on that now. I'm in that thought loop, and no.
Okay, you have come up with some interesting new ends to your particular bit of stand-up, which went a direction you were not expecting and involves Spider-Man and potentially the Pixar lamp.
This is the only place where a conversation about computers can instantly turn into Trevor's pee-pee. I mean, no, it's not the only place.
It's just one of the more accepted places.
I hate to say it, but anywhere I go, I can make the conversation turn to that if I really want.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be better about it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only place where it can happen without being kicked off the bus.
Okay, that's a fair.
That's fair.
A reasonable statement.
Although, the number of times I've ridden Greyhound and the amount of stuff I've seen on those buses that didn't get someone kicked off. I mean, my pee-pee is the least of it. I'm not sure I like how that came out.
You're not sure exactly how what happened. I can tell you how we got where we are.
Ad break. Saved by the ads. Lockpick says that probably sounded better in my head. Yes, it did. It sounded better in my head. Oh, man. 56 seconds and back. And oh, okay. You know,
not anymore.
Yeah, no, I don't know either. I'm kind of.
Oh, I had. It was one of those cute interactions, but it was definitely one of those ones where sitting there as a teacher, you feel like you're talking to a little kid picking you up in a bar.
Oh no. Okay.
I'm sitting, it's after snack, little one comes up, we're talking about dinosaurs, and I stop to check an email and watch everybody else, and then this kid gets in front of me and does the whole intense eye contact thing, and looks at me and goes, "What's your name, miss?" I'm like, "Could you say that again?" Says the whole sentence again, including using my name. Like, honey, what is my name? You're the pup. It's like, yes, honey, that's my name. Why were you asking what my name was? I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But it was the whole thing. We were sitting there and having this little kid just kind of sidle up to you talking about dinosaurs, and then just, you know, the 6 inches away, intense eye contact, asking what your name is. It's like,
you know what?
I love you, child, but please back up with your cooties.
What corner of the internet has your dad been on recently? Is your dad talking about some men's rights stuff?
Oh, no, but he hangs out with some older cousins.
Oh, I bet you they're watching pickup artist TikTok.
Probably. There's always some very interesting things that we encounter, we hear. And someday I'm actually going to write the tell-all book about the things that I can remember. Because at this point, there's been a lot.
I can't believe that you haven't been taking notes.
Oh, I've been taking notes.
You're an incredible note taker.
But you have to... Our campaigns have gone on for what, a year?
Yeah.
Year and a half, 2 years, some of them?
Yep.
So that's a lot of notes for, a couple of years. I've got to go back and sort through and find the good bits from 20 years of preschool teaching.
True. That sounds like a hefty dig.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff there. I've got favorite memories of times where it's just been like, no. I was like, this is not. I mean, there's Tales from the Classroom will happen at some point.
Oh, this is going to be awesome.
But it's going to happen after I am no longer teaching, so no one can get me.
Right. Plus, by that point, hopefully, we'll have a media empire, a small media empire, so you'll be untouchable there, too.
That sounds wonderful.
We're working on it.
That we are.
So what was the thing that you were questioning whether or not to talk about earlier? Depending on who was around?
I'd asked if you had seen any of the videos where they were talking about the question of, you know, asking specifically women, but also anyone, would you rather be alone in the woods and encounter a bear or a man, specifically? And if you've seen any of the videos, if you've seen any of the scads and scads and scads of comments and responses to this, and oh, if you are a drama person, following that is kind of funny.
I mean,
more for the drama perspective of seeing if the argument you expect to be said is actually said or not.
yeah. I mean, there are so many things there that I imagine. Oh, that comment section's gotta look. Ooh, a comment
Heated.
section's gotta look like it's been so shot up with testosterone that it has back knee and no. Yeah, and it can't wipe its own butt. There we'll go. Grape nuts.
In all honesty, there are some that are like that, but those particular comments get shouted down fast.
Yeah, that's good to hear. That's encouraging.
Those comments get shouted down fast, and it's. I think today my favorite one is there's one particular content creator that does relationship stuff, and he does reactions to other people's videos where he's either waving a red flag or a green flag.
Yeah.
Based on what he's hearing. So
fun.
So he reacted to someone that had seen this question, and they were being very, very red flaggy. So he's standing there reacting and commenting and, waving the red flag, meanwhile giving all of these wonderful facts about bears.
So I've come up with my answer. My answer. If I were a woman, dang it, Lockpick. That changes my answer. Lockpick says, are we talking about forest bears or downtown bears?
Specifically in this connotation, we are talking about forest bears. Take your pick. Grizzly, brown, black, or polar bear. Even though polar bears aren't in the forest.
I don't know.
The earth signs.
I'm going to choose leather. Okay, lumberjacks, got it. Flannel bears. Okay. You take flannel bears, I'll take leather bears. Although, my original answer was gonna be, I'd rather be trapped in the forest with a man because I won't feel guilty about eating them. I'd feel guilty about eating a bear.
That's a fair answer. That is a much more intelligent answer than many of the others I've heard. Although I did see one person's comment when their wife had made the statement, they're like, amen, because you need to rob him so you have something to eat. She's like, okay, good point. The bear does not have credit cards.
The bear probably didn't pack any lunch.
There's that. But yeah.
Although if it's a leather bear, never mind. We're not going to talk about what leather bears pack.
No, we're not. So yeah, no. Most of the comments from women are most of the comments on the various videos are from women, and they're all pretty much, I'd rather be around a bear.
Lockpick says lunch is built in with the leather bears.
Once again, I'm glad that my mother is not around to partake in this conversation.
I'm going to be sending the YouTube link to this to my mom.
Mm-hmm. That's your mom.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's sort of like, see, Mom? See, this is what you guys did to me.
See,
this is your
my mother's
fault.
one. My mother is the one that would have been like, "Ooh, I have things to say." I'm like, "No, no, you don't. No, you don't. Yes, I do."
Oh, I bet my mom has things to say, but boy, am I glad we can't hear them.
Pretty much. Pretty much. I mean,
actually, no. My mom, God bless her, God's bless her soul. My mom is pretty level-headed, down to earth, not very funny. Only occasionally is she funny, and usually it's by accident. A great sense of humor, but just she's not funny. I don't think she has a whole lot to say about my sense of humor other than although she did like the price of snails in France joke.
well, that's good.
Although that
You're
joke
very
was
good.
that was kind of directed at her. Like that whole thing was written with her in mind.
Aha. This makes sense.
Yeah. She informs a lot of my joke writing.
Mm-hmm.
And it is actually, to keep her happy is part of why we do still cover politics on the show. My mom and a few of the other adults from my childhood would be disappointed to see that side of the show stop being covered. Even though I find it's getting harder and harder to cover it with a sense of humor. We're gonna keep trying. We're gonna keep trying for my mom. God's bless her soul.
Well, it's what? End of April, just about, almost May.
Yep, and it's almost her birthday.
Yeah. If nothing else, we will have the local elections coming up, and those we'll be able to cover with humor.
True, and in 2 weeks, we have Trilhala coming back on the show to discuss more local politics.
Oh, goody.
So I think we'll think about covering some Virginia stuff there. Virginia specific.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So. And of course, tomorrow we're going to try and do the wait, don't tell me thing again.
Right.
And see if I can figure it out.
If nothing else, it may be a case of you and I stay muted on Discord until we find something we want to talk about, and then kind of do the hand raise thing and pause the one feed so we can talk on the other. It's clunky, but if nothing else, we can make that work somehow.
Okay, we can try that. We may let's get on the Discord extra early tomorrow to talk about to play with that. Yeah.
Or we just irritate Lockpick and Retro and whoever else enough that they come in and be like,
Master,
we're going to fix this tech. We're going to fix your tech issues because you're frustrating us too much.
Yeah. We'll get Mast on. We'll start early tomorrow, and hopefully Mast will be around.
Yeah.
and help us work it out. So, well, friends, it has been a fun hour of laughs and general chaos. And now is the time on the show where we say, stick around for the raid, and 2 up, 2 down. VA, double deuces. We're out, y'all.